Recording in progress. So basically, we're
Boom.
gonna keep right here. All right, very first episode. I have my good friend. I would say long lost friend SJ. It's been 2-3 years since we saw each other
It's
last time.
2020. It's been some time,
Well, everybody had a tough 2 years in the past.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we're kind of putting that behind us now. SJ, welcome.
Man, I'm glad to be here, man. And I'm really glad you reached out, man. You've always been a real one. I've always cool with you. Ever since I seen that post that went up, man, and you were talking about, you coming to America, all these different things and stuff. And it was just you were in real estate. And it was something about that post. Even how the picture looked, you were downtown. And I'm like, man, I need to know this guy.
How long ago was that post? I don't even remember
that may have been 2019. I'm gonna say 2018 or 2019. It had to be one of those.
Okay.
One of those years.
We'll get to that. That's awesome. Thank you for the honor. And quick disclaimer: this is not whiskey, just coffee in a shot glass, in a glass. So SJ, let's do this real quick. How are you, by the way?
Man, I'm doing wonderful. I'm vertical. I'm living. It's a nice day out. It ain't 3 degrees out here in Kansas. No, I'm feeling good.
That's awesome.
Really good.
That's awesome. So let's do this real quick, SJ, because I knew that you had a career before you became an influencer in Topeka, right?
Right.
I don't think I ever learned that how you got involved in some of the stuff you got you started. I mean, what was the first project? What was the first cause that got you started on this?
Well, I mean, we'd have to really go back. We'd have to go back to early 2000s. To where I was kind of an activist at one point up under Sonny Scroggins, Bias Busters. He was doing different things, demonstrations in front of the county jail, demonstrations in front of Brownback's office, different things. And me, I was just kind of hungry to just get out here and use some of my energy to push things forward. And I did that for some years. Shortly after that, I got involved with Curtis Pitts and did some work with him in the community and over there at Highland Park High School. So that happened. And then I kind of fell into a little slump to where I'll say I had some family issues were going on, some different things just in my personal life. And it kind of put me in a hole. So I was just existing for some time and wasn't in a good place. It's kind of in a dark place. At that time, I was still working at Goodyear. But what happened was there was an event that got bought to Topeka, which was something that AIM Strategies, or I'll just say AIM 5, actually did. And it was called the Tell the World Topeka.
Okay.
And that's when Cody and Artie Cogswell bought Lecrae to town.
How long ago was that? What was that?
This would have been around 2014.
Dang, that's a long time ago, bro.
But it happened 4 years in a row. But what I'm saying is that event, because at this time, I was, like I said, I was pretty deep in a hole. I wasn't thinking about church, attending church, or even really thinking about God at all.
Thank you for sharing that, by the way. That's very, immediate.
Yeah, I was in such of a dark place with some different issues that were just going on in life, because we all go through different things.
Absolutely.
But this event was a free event, and I couldn't get past the point where how could he bring, because Lecrae just had the #1 album, and I know what people would charge for, what he charged to come do a show
as a Christian rapper, right?
As a Christian rapper.
Okay.
So anyway, AIM 5 made sure it was free for everybody who came in. So that was an event that, actually hit me and made me feel like I could become a soldier for the Lord again. And I never thought I was going to feel like that. Just the people that were there, the energy that was around me, and it uplifted my spirit to a point to where when 2018 came, because it took some time, I threw my first project forward. And
right, I remember that. Yeah.
So
Is that how we got connected?
It was shortly after that.
Okay, cool.
But it was one of these things to where the first project forward was at Hillcrest. It wasn't perfect, but there was a lot of people saw the potential in it. And I had 1,800 meetings between that project forward and the next one, which was from 2018 and 2019. And that's how I really started to develop as this influencer, because who has 1,800 meetings?
Right.
A year.
That's huge.
But I just, what it was I got a flame lit up underneath me from that event that AIM 5 bought here to town, and it rejuvenated me. And it made me want to get back out here in community in a way that I didn't get out here before. Because a lot of times I only did things either in the central or the east side of town. And I wanted to be more mainstream. I wanted to go and start doing things that just weren't divided by color lines or the zip code that you belong to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's when I got to doing more things downtown and everything else. And, you know, the rest is kind of history.
Absolutely. If you guys have not been downtown Topeka, you guys are missing out big time. And SJ is one of those big guys behind all this movement to bring downtown together, bring everybody downtown to kind of, I would say you're kind of like the fiber.
You know, I would,
You're fabricating the whole thing together.
I would say this. I would say I've been a big cheerleader. I've been, you know,
that's very humble of you to say that.
I'm a big cheerleader. You know, I've always been out here, you know, like being an outcrier for it, you know, even when I had the Clad Astra brand going, that was all about community pride. It did what it was supposed to do. So I was pretty much, I said, I'm going to represent Topeka like a gangbanger rep his flag, you know, so then therefore, every time you saw me, I was going to be in something local. I was going to have the local hat on. I was going to have the flag. It was going to be something Topeka based. But it's like anything. If you don't love your city, nobody else will. Even if there's things that you don't like about it all the time, you don't put all that stuff out there. We're going to pump it up.
You know what? That's awesome. So my next question for you is, you know, SJ, every single time I saw you, you had this phenomenal positivity, right? Because, you know, everybody had to go through some dark spots. Like I had to go through some dark spots in my life as well. So how did you keep up with your positivity? Like all the time, like wherever you went? I mean,
I have to have it. I can't. The thing is, a positive mindset will increase your mental health. A positive mindset will increase your mental health, because if you go through life every day, you waking up, man, you know what? I'm not working at a job where I'm getting paid as much as I need to. My boss gets on my nerves. Oh, my dog crapped on my floor this morning. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. I left my coffee at home as I'm coming over here. Pour me, get another one.
Right.
Get another coffee.
Right.
You know, don't just, because if you find yourself, whatever you focus on grows. So if you're focusing on all the things that didn't go well, then you're going to be in a crazy state of mind. But if you're thinking about, you know, yes, this didn't go well, but where am I on my way to? What can make this day better? You know, what do I need to focus on? You know, because like I said, what you focus on grows. And unfortunately, a lot of us focus on the problems and not the solution. Then you become part of the pollution.
That's awesome, man. He's rapper instinct just came out right now, right? What a rhyme over there. So
you know, I mean, you're either part of the solution or part of the pollution. I mean, it's true.
That's true, 100%. So SJ, like, what was something exciting that you worked on in the past 2 years?
Something exciting I worked on in the past 2 years.
What was exciting coming out of Topeka, let's say past 2 years? Because I feel like a lot of people were out of touch, including me. I was not involved one way or another. So now I'm trying to plug myself back into community.
You know, I mean, there's been a lot of different things that have happened throughout the last 2 years, but I would actually really like to say one of the most exciting things that are happening like currently right now is,
please.
I love what's going on at the Townsite building.
Hey, tell me about that.
And that's really something that came within the last 2 years. Townsite is the new building that looked like the FBI building with the graffiti on it, the black building downtown.
They have graffiti.
Well, they were getting, you know, Ken Schmanke, the owner of that building, he kind of got drugged through the media and everything because they were like, oh, this building has graffiti on it. It looks horrible, whatever. But he said, and it's true, it's art. Everybody looks at art a little bit different.
Absolutely.
But it's the old First National Bank, you know, right there off 6th in Kansas.
Right.
So, but now, you know, there used to be, it's called Townsite 16 on the 16th floor with all the windows. It used to be top of the tower, but they changed the name to it, revamped it. And then they built a new event center on the first floor called the Kansas Ballroom. Now, that thing is where when Panasonic, when that big deal happened, that $4.8 billion deal, that's where that announcement happened. And that's where we office out of. We're on the 9th floor at Town.
For real? That's where it was announced at?
Yeah. I mean, that's where everything happens. I mean, so the epic center right now of some of the stuff happening in Topeka is Townsite Tower. And I'm not promoting it like that just because we're in the building and been there for over a year.
100%. You could.
You know, but there's so much that happens there. I mean, everything is happening there, a whole lot of stuff, because that's one of the newer places. A lot of developments are happening with TPAC, Evergy, downtown, and everything like that. The Jayhawk, there's a whole lot of things are happening with that. There's a lot of new event centers and things that are happening. There's also a lot of programs that are coming about that people are doing right here in the community. Even the new Omni Circle building, Michael O'Dupiton and those guys over there.
Yeah, I just drove past that today. Yeah,
beautiful
place.
There's going to be something happening this Saturday. I don't know exactly when this is going to air, but February 11th.
It's going to be aired tonight.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be aired tonight.
Boom.
So as soon as we're done with this episode here, it's going to be, like I said, this is the very first episode of Topeka Insiders. And I'm going to post on all the platforms I have: YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn.
I'll do the same. I'll do the same.
I'll tag you in there.
Tag me. I'll run it up.
Yeah. Tell us about the Omni Circle that you're part of.
So Omni Circle, they're a nonprofit. Michael O'Dupiton is the CEO over there. I've been rocking with my man since late 2018, 2019. And to see where some things have went to, like, I mentioned to you a little bit earlier when we were off air, they're the only organization in Topeka who's ever got funding from the Kauffman Foundation out there in KC. They're doing great things, but they're all about supporting what the people want. So basically, if you're to go in there and be like, how can Omni Circle help me? Well, first, they want to know, what are you interested in?
Mm-hmm.
What are the things you want to do? And then we can come beside you and supercharge you. It's like, I did a program for them called Authentic Expressions. Now, me and Michael met around December 21st. And as we were talking, I told him, I want to share a poem with you. I don't know why I did that, but I wanted him to hear this poem. I did it. And he was like, man, I just had a vision while you were doing that poem. He said, man, are you interested in maybe putting a program together for us for spoken word? I said, you damn right. So what happened was I got to looking and working on a program and everything and how I wanted it to look like. And he loved the idea. We were bringing local and regional poets together monthly. Now I'm one of the hosts, and I have a co-host, JQ Guest. And what it'll be is every month we're going to have at least 5 poets that come and display their greatness and it's going to be themed. So this month is a Black History Month theme because it's just fitting for Black History Month. Mm-hmm. Next month will be a different theme. After that will be a different theme. So each poet comes in ready to do their poetry according to that theme. It won't just be coming in and it's open mic and you do whatever. It's going to be a little bit more coordinated. We're going to have hors d'oeuvres. We're going to have even a cash bar, all these different things. There's going to be music, lighting, ambiance. But starting out, we're only going to allow about 30 different people to be there to spectate because it's going to be an intimate setting. Mm-hmm. Now, when it blows up past that, this thing can travel a little bit and everything. But the whole thing is about building the culture of authenticity. Because when there's something about being in a room where people are being authentic.
Yeah.
Because what that does, it opens you up. And, and it also challenges, the status quo. And it gives, a platform to unheard voices and narratives that a lot of people don't hear all the time.
Absolutely. That's why actually one purpose behind this platform as well, because I feel like you have to plug yourself into the society, into the local communities to kind of learn different things. You got to have open mind, and it's just really to learn different things here. And SJ, you have always been one of those figures that I thought of that you're a big pusher behind all these things, bring the community together. At numerous events. I remember back in the day, I think it was pre-COVID, you had that fashion show going on.
Yeah,
what an honor, man. You invited me, and then you brought so many people from all walks of life into something called the fashion show, right? Wasn't that the first time Topeka had something like that?
I don't want to say that. There's been some fashion shows in the past. One of my homeboys, Adrian Bay, he was actually in that fashion show as well. He did a fashion show way back early in the 2000s, but he's been having this clothing line for years. So I've just been influenced by a lot of people who have done different things, and then it's like I'll put my spin on whatever. And that's why, when it comes to being creative and doing things, it's all about, putting your ideas into action. Mm-hmm. Because an idea without action is really nothing.
Right.
At all.
Absolutely. SJ, one more question for you. What is your vision for Topeka? Like, what do you see 2 years from now, what this city would have become? Because I know the popularity of city has skyrocketed, right? Like, that remember, I think there was a number you shared with me when I first met you, because all the stuff you had done just a number of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Prior to that, a lot of people didn't like Topeka at all, even locals, right?
Oh yeah.
I remember you shared that number with me, just a couple of years of doing the active PR work, and it just positivity pumped into the community, and then 40% got changed, right?
Oh,
Something like that.
it was our
Remember what I'm talking about?
It was a score that we had, and I want to say I can't remember the initials for what that score, but it increased like almost like 40 some odd percent. We were definitely in the positive, and net promoter score.
Okay.
It was the net promoter score, and that came out. I think it came out in 2019 or 2000. I think about 2019.
Right before COVID, I think, right?
But I mean, it was phenomenal. No cities do not see that type of growth, and we won't see it again. And for me, looking at something, last time I looked at one point, I know our population was around 175,000. And then I saw something come up and said like 225,000.
That's about accurate. I think of 220,000 around here.
But what I'm looking at for Topeka, in my vision, how I see Topeka, in the next 2 years is going to be crazy, because there's insider information I have. And when I say that, there's a guy that just received a $17.5 million contract for 4 movies. Ooh. I cannot let that name out right now, but just know.
Hey, thanks for watching the program. You're learning something new.
Topeka has ties to Hollywood right now, and I'm working with this guy. This is a personal friend of mine, and he has a lot of big plans that he wants to do here in Topeka. We've got a lot of different things that are going on. T-Rail is blowing up out here. He's a performer, singer, hip hop artist, all the above. Got a project coming out February 10th. But as far as me and what we're doing, like my company, Creative Pathways and Means, we create curriculum and educational products. And right now we're in talks with a lot of universities, including our own Washburn.
Ooh, that's going to be huge.
And the way that we're looking at wanting to do different things is we're helping people navigate artificial intelligence and things that a lot of people are not doing.
That's a huge thing just came out, bro.
Yeah, I know, but we're about to be offering a free course for people to come in and learn the foundations of AI, because a lot of people know about it, but everybody ain't sharing that information. We're going to share the information with y'all because we want y'all to benefit from AI, because AI is here to serve us, not the other way around. You are the boss.
Absolutely. Absolutely. SJ, thank you so much for saying that, because I watched that video, the promo video you did for your new company.
Yes.
Connor was in it.
That's the CEO. I'm the president. We both co-founders, but that dude is like a young Steve Jobs. That's all I'm telling y'all, man, is the team is strong. Ryan Brinker, worked up underneath the LG. We rolling with Tolan.
Yes,
you know
absolutely.
What I'm saying? For years. Ethan Lagaheed, you know what I'm saying? Our guy. We got Thomas Seidlinger, and he's a class action lawsuit attorney. He was opposite side of Walgreens, worked the biggest case in America, the opiate crisis. Ooh. All those are team members.
That's amazing.
Of us on Creative Pathways. It means we're growing. We're growing. A lot of people ain't even knowing. But y'all gonna know.
What an honor to learn that information, SJ. This is exciting. You will have the Capitol building behind us. And this is just really cool, SJ. Thank you so much for coming in here.
Man, I'm glad that you invited a brother on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like this city is coming together nicely. From my standpoint, business is booming for a lot of people. A lot of money is coming this way, especially the big thing you were talking about, Panasonic.
Yeah.
Announced that big deal is coming to Kansas, right?
Yeah, they got another $1 billion deal coming, and not even to be, political or anything, but I mean, the people over there at the Department of Commerce, they doing great things, big things, I support, what's going on. My sister's over there in the Department of Commerce as well. So just seeing some of the things that they're doing, there's a great team, and what they're bringing deals, the biggest deals that we've ever seen happen in Kansas.
Absolutely.
2 of those just happened within the last 7 months.
The best time to be a Kansan.
It's a good time, hey, I'm from the land of the champions. I'm a Kansan. Panasonic, $4 billion. Shouts to DeSoto, Dorothy, and Toto. We from the land. I'm a Kansan.
That's awesome. That's awesome, SJ. Hey, thank you so much, SJ, for coming on the show. As my very first guest.
Hey, man, thanks for inviting me. I hope it was painless.
I mean, it was not pain. I mean, it was no pain at all, man. It's pure joy and to learn so many things from you. You fill me into the community. You know, I'm gonna plug myself back into the community a little bit more. And SJ, keep doing the good things like you've been doing.
Well, let me say one last thing.
Absolutely, it's all
We
yours.
leave. We're going to be looking for volunteers because we're helping out St. Patrick's Day parade. It's going to be the day after St. Patrick's Day this year on a Saturday. That's going to be March 18th. If you want to volunteer, we need setup people, we need barricade people, and we need some people who just want to hold it down, you know. But anyway, you'll hit me up. You'll see me on this link. Comment under it if you want to be able to help. Inbox me, whatever it is. But yeah, we're going to be looking for help for the St. Patrick's Day parade coming in hot.
Absolutely. If you guys are needing to have any connections to make this community even a better place for everybody, reach out to SJ. I guess we'll go from there. It's been an honor.
Boom, my man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That was awesome.